So we're going to be creating a streaming data pipeline for real-time dashboard with Dataflow. So we'll go through the overview before we start the lab on Google Skills. So in this lab, you own a fleet of New York taxis and you're looking to monitor how well your business is doing in real time. You build a streaming data pipeline to capture taxis revenue, passenger count, ride status, and much more. And then visualize the results in a management dashboard. So let's go ahead. So the objectives are stated here, which is to create a data flow job from a template, stream a data flow pipeline into BigQuery, monitor a data flow pipeline in BigQuery, analyze results in SQL, and visualize key metrics in Looker Studio. So the setup and requirements for each lab, you get a new Google Cloud project and set up resources for a fixed time at no cost. You click the Start Lab button, which is this button. If you need to pay for the lab, a pop-up opens for you to select the payment method on the left in the lab details in the following. The Open Cloud Console button, time remaining, temporary credentials that you must use for this lab, other information needed to step you through this lab. Click the Open Console. So what we're going to do now, we're going to start the lab. So let us start the lab. So we'll take 5 credits. We agree to it. Then click Open Cloud Console. So we're going to right click and open it in incognito window. So our Cloud Console is opening in incognito window. So here we're going to say we understand because we're giving a temporary account. So the next thing is our Google Cloud welcome. We're from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria, so I'm agreeing to the terms. I can say I would like to receive email and periodic emails on news. So agree and continue. So you can either use, this is just off the books, you can either use this display method or we change it to, from preferences, we change it to the dark mode. So let's use the dark mode for now for the appearance. I'll save. Okay, our preferences have been saved. So let's go back to, so now we're back to the console. So we can see everything here. We can temporarily close. So here's a tutorial it's showing us how to use, which is where we are creating a real-time dash. So we want to see more of what we have here. So let's just close this for now. Let's just click on stay. So next thing we're going to do is we've done number one. We asked to open the cloud console. We've done that, which will right click in incognito because we're running in the Google Chrome browser. So resources have been allocated to us, and we are told if you choose an account, which we've done, we don't need to copy the username, we don't need to copy the password. So we go to activating the Cloud Shell. So the Cloud Shell is this button beside the notification bell. So we come here. So this is the Cloud Shell beside the notification bell. So we click on the Cloud Shell. So you agree, providing us resources. We authorize Cloud Shell at the same time. So now we're being allocated resources. And we are connected. So the next thing you do is Google Cloud is the command line tool for gcloud is the command line tool for Google Cloud. It comes pre-installed on Google Shell and supports tab completion. You can list the active account name with this command. So we're going to look at our active command name. I type in gcloud authorization list. So sorry, that's what we want. We had copied to clipboard, but we got something else on clipboard, so we're trying to delete. So let's click copy again. It's copied now. So hit enter. So it now shows us our credential accounts, account name, to set the active account, run, gcloud config, set account, student, go to. So it's giving us the credential account and it has given us the student. Now we can list the project ID. So we want to see our project ID. So we go to the config, gcloud config list project. So project ID that's given to us. Now we have it as a project. It's equals to QW labs GCP. This is an example output. So look at ours. Project is equal to this. So this is our project ID. Okay. So next we would go to create our BigQuery dataset. In this task, you create taxi ride dataset. You have two different options which you can use to create this. You use the Google Cloud Shell or the Google Cloud Console. In this lab, you're using an extract of the New York Taxi Limousine Commission's open dataset. A small, comma-separated data file will be used to simulate periodic updates of taxi data. BigQuery is a serverless data warehouse. Tables in BigQuery are organized into datasets. In this lab, taxi data will flow from the standalone file through Dataflow to be stored in BigQuery. With this configuration, any new data file deposited in the source cloud storage will be automatically processed for loading. So what they are saying right now is that data flows from and through Dataflow and stored in BigQuery. With this configuration, any new file deposited in the source cloud will be automatically processed for loading. So the next thing we'll do going into the command line tool. In the Cloud Shell, we'll run the following command to create the taxi rides dataset. So we're going to create our taxi ride dataset next. So we would copy this to our Cloud Shell. We'll give it some time. So we now have it's written here that taxi rides successfully created. That is location, make taxi rides dataset, quick labs for GCP, taxi rides successfully created. So the next thing we will do is to run the command to create the taxi rides real-time table, empty schema that we want to stream into later. So now we want to, so for those who don't know what the schema is, So the schema in SQL is a logical structure or blueprint that defines how data is organized in a database. Within it, it acts as a container for related database objects as tables, fields, stored procedures, and indexes. So now we're going to run the command for our empty schema. So let us, so this is what we call our schema. Have a visual about it. It's our tables structure. So we come and run with this. Copy it. So it's now telling us our taxi rides. There's a table for quick labs. Taxi ride real time successfully created. So since I successfully created it, so here we can also see where we could create our taxi rides from our navigation menu. So we can also create it from navigation menu. From this navigation menu. So we won't be using that for now. We'll continue in our Cloud Shell. So we're now told our task 2. So we're going to copy our required lab artifacts in this next stage. So cloud storage allows for worldwide storage and retrieval of any amount of data at any time. You can use cloud storage for a range of scenarios, including 7 websites, content, storing data, websites and storing data for archival and disaster recovery, or distributing large data objects to users through direct download. A cloud storage bucket was created for you during the lab startup. So in the cloud shell, we're going to run the following command to move our files needed to our data flow job. So now we're going to move files for our data flow job. Copy this back to command shell. Enter. So we're moving files on the cloud, you can see. It has completed our task. We now go back. Now we're going to set up our data flow pipeline. In this task, we set up a streaming pipeline to read files from your cloud storage bucket and write data to BigQuery. Now, Dataflow is a serverless way to carry out data analysis. We would restart the connection to the data API. In the Cloud Shell, we're going to run commands to ensure that Dataflow API is enabled cleanly in our project. So we would run this to disable and enable Dataflow to be sure it is running in case we had any disruptions earlier. hit enter. So you can see the operation was finished successfully. So both operations we ran have been completed successfully. Now we're going to create a new streaming pipeline. In the Cloud Console navigation menu, we'll click on All Products, Analytics, Dataflow. Cloud Control will view all products, Analytics, Dataflow. View all products down here. Set it to reset our view. We said no problem. So under View All Products, we'll go to Analytics section. Which is here. Under Analytics, we'll go to Dataflow. Let's drag this down a bit so we can have a bit of view of Dataflow. Then in the top menu bar, we're going to create a job from template. Now I'm going to type in streaming taxi pipeline as the job name for Dataflow. So let's go first of all to create a job from template, which is here. We'll create a job from template. So we are told to give our job name as streaming taxi pipeline. Remember, you have to follow the naming convention. The streaming dash taxi dash pipeline. So we'll follow every instruction. So in the regional endpoint, select the Europe West 4. This is our regional endpoint, Europe West 4. That's where our worker instances and job metadata. So metadata is what gives us an idea of what's in the data. Then the next thing is in the Dataflow template, select the cloud storage text to BigQuery stream. So BigQuery let's see why we're not having. We need BigQuery stream. BigQuery stream. So let's go back and have a look at it. In the Dataflow template, select cloud storage text. Okay, it's cloud storage text to BigQuery stream. So that's my mistake. Cloud storage text. This is it. Cloud storage text to BigQuery stream. So we're having two of them, so we have to be sure. Cloud storage text to BigQuery with stream in brackets. It can be any of this. So let's select the first one. So you can see the details on it. The text files on cloud storage to BigQuery pipeline is a streaming pipeline that allows you to stream text files stored in cloud storage, transform them using a JavaScript user-defined function UDF that you provide. So we've done that. Then in the cloud storage input, paste or type this. We'll go down to cloud storage input. to go back up. Okay. Cloud storage input. So let's look closely at it. In cloud storage, so the set to make sure we select the template. So I think we'll go back and select the second one. And there's one more to also select. Let's see. We'll know. So in cloud storage files, in JavaScript UDF part, you can see the UDF here. Okay, so we can see there's an explanatory image here for us. Okay, good. So the cloud storage input files under the source. Is we're using the Google Cloud text to BigQuery stream. Let's see. Okay. Okay, we can see it already. We'll copy the first. Okay, so it's in the first one, which is this. This is location we like to process. Source. So the next is schema files, location. Let's look at our description. Yes, which is JSON file. Our target. An error message. Okay. Let's have a look at it again. Let's change to this first one. Okay. Very output. This is my first time, so we'll break. I'll correct some things along the way. The BigQuery output table. So I'll visualize real time. It seems we're on the right path. Then temporary directory for the BigQuery loading process. So what we have to do next is to see where we have to make any inputs. We don't temporary directory. So now we'll click on required parameters in the temporary location used for writing temporary files. We'll have this. We'll click on required parameters. So this temporary location. Put that in the temporary bucket. Then in the JavaScript UDF path in cloud storage. Well, JavaScript UDF path. Okay, come in there. Then in the JavaScript UDF name, we type transform, and for maximum workers we type 2. Type 2 for maximum workers. For number of workers we type 1. Sorry, maximum workers we type 2. Number of workers we type 1. Then we would uncheck use default machine type. So I think we made a mistake. Okay, let's start it again. That was a slip of hand, so let's start it again. So we would start with the name, job name. We know where we're going, so we don't have a problem. Job name, endpoint is 0. The template is BigQuery. I'll switch to BigQuery. Source target. Our BigQuery table. Our temporary directory. Right parameters. Temporary location. JavaScript UDF storage. Next is JavaScript name. Next is maximum workers 2, number of workers 1. So we will uncheck use default machine type. Under general purpose, we will choose series E2. Then E2 medium is 2 vertical CPUs, 4 gig memory. Which is already pre-selected. Then next, we would click on run job. So if we have everything correct, our job would run properly. We'll wait for it. So you can see our job details here. Streaming, job status starting, request, start time, lapse time. It's Google managed for encryption type. So let's go and continue here. Now we're going to analyze the tags that are using BigQuery. In these tags, we'll analyze the data that is streaming. So in the Google Cloud Console, in the navigation menu, we're going to click on BigQuery. So here's BigQuery down here. So the next thing in the welcome dialog, we'll click on done. So we'll click on BigQuery. We'll click on done. This is our welcome dialog. Welcome to BigQuery Cloud Console. I'll click on done. Let's drag this down a bit. So in the welcome dialog, click on done. In the query editor, we type the following and we'll click on run. So here we are in the query editor. Let's just close what is new in Studio. So we have a new query. Type this in and we run it. Then there's no data to display. So it says if no records are returned, wait another minute and we run the query above. Dataflow takes 3 to 5 minutes to set up the stream. So our output should look like this in our results. We'll be patient a bit and we'll get our results. So let us run it again to see. Okay. So we'll wait a bit for it to run to get our results. But we have no error messages. Just you can see there are no bytes processed. These are for query results. So let's run it again to see if we have our 3 minutes window. So we'll wait a bit for it to run to get our results because we'll need that to use the query editor to give us information on this. Let's try it again to run to see if the results are to display. Let's try one more time. Okay, good. Our results are coming in. So let's close this. Have a better view. Now we can see the results have come in. So we can go on to use. So what we'll do now is to perform this. So we copy this into the query editor and we'll run it. We'll perform aggregations on the stream for reporting. So let's run this separately. So we want to see timestamp, hours, minutes, and second, ride IDs, latitude. Okay, so I want to now see also the count and the sum. So we come here. You can now see, you can see total revenue, total total rides and total passengers. Now, which we actually waited for this, which we ensured that Dataflow was registering data in BigQuery. Now, the results show key metrics by the minute for every tag they dropped off. Now, we're to save our query as my saved query. Click on save. We have to pick a region. In the region, ensure that it matches our Google Lab region. So I think our region was Europe. Yes, here it is. I'll click on save. So wait for it to save. Good. Then we can now see it on the side here. Our saved query. Now I want to stop the data flow job to free up resources. So in this task, we stop data flow job. In the Cloud Console, view our product and go to data flow. We'll click on streaming taxi pipeline and click on stop and cancel stop job. All products. Save. Then we didn't save our work. Okay, so click on view our product analytics and data flow. Analytics, then data flow. View all products. Analytics, then data flow. So we're asked to stop job. So here we will stop the current job. So click cancel and then stop job. So select cancel and we say stop job. So resources are now going to be available once the stop completes. In this task, we'll create a real-time dashboard to visualize the data. So in the Cloud Console, we'll go to BigQuery. In the Explorer pane, expand our project ID. Cloud Console, go to BigQuery, and then expand our project ID. So here's our project ID. We'll expand it. And then we'll go to click on my saved query. When the query is loaded, we'll click on run. In the results section, we open in Looker Studio. We click on open in Looker Studio. This report was designed for another user and has one data source. I will read the data that added and want access to it. Okay. So acknowledge. Now we're both working in Looker Studio. If you can get started, we're going to give consent. So we have our report, our dashboard. We're going to add a chart and then select combination chart. We're going to click on our bar chart. And the chart pane opens. We'll click on add a chart. So here's the chart pane. We're going to click on add a chart. I'll add that, add a chart here. So what it tells us, select the combination chart, the combo chart. So this is it. So let's drop it right beside this. Okay. So the next thing is in the setup pane, in the data range, we hover over minute date and click X to remove it. Here's this. Let's be sure of that. In data pane, hover over minutes, which is date, and click X to remove it. Okay. So here's our data pane. Minutes, click X to remove it. Remove it. We're trying to remove a field, which is minute. One second. This is my first time, so let's see. We set up in the data range dimension, over minute date, and click X to remove it. Okay, okay, yeah, I've seen it. Okay, okay. Minute date. This is minute date, but we can't remove it. Since we can't remove the minute date, since it's, let's see the other options. In the data pane on the dashboard, sort and drag it to set up data range. In dashboard sort, in the data pane, click dashboard sort and drag it to set up. Okay, this is it. Okay, okay. So this is the first one we to do. Click X to remove it. So in the data pane, click dashboard sort and drag it to set up. Where are our data pane? Click here to dashboard sort and drag it to set up data range, dimension, and dimension. In setup dimension, click minutes, then select dashboard sort. In setup dimension, click minutes, and then select dashboard sort. In setup dimension, click minutes, then select dashboard sort. Okay. Okay. In setup metric, click dashboard sort. Okay. and select total rides. Then set up click metric, click record count. So click metric. In setup, click metric, dashboard sort. In setup, click metric. Good. Mess up click metric and dashboard sort. Set up click metric, click record count, then total passengers. In setup, click metric, add metric, and select total revenue. Then in setup, click sort, then total rides, then dashboard sort. Sort, total rides, then select dashboard sort. Setup, click sort, sending. So I think we should start from the beginning. I missed something. So in data pane, dashboard sort, drag it to set up data range dimension. We've done that already. In setup dimension, click minutes. And select dashboard sort. I think we missed it somewhere there. Total rights, total passengers, total revenue. So if you have total rights, so I think we don't need it, that just sort here. Total rights, total passengers, total revenue. Okay. Let us save. Let's just save it first. We go to save and share. Okay. Recognize say. So the next part is we click on Looker Studio Inc. We want to create a time series dashboard. We click the link to open Looker Studio in the new browser tab. Then on the reports page, start with template, click on the blank report template. Then next we add data to the report window. From the Google connector, select the BigQuery tile. From there, click custom query. From there, we custom queries. I think let's go and check for it. So it should be this Q Labs. Let's be sure. Okay, location. So I think let's go back because it requires a billing project. Okay, here it is, my first project. I also have a data set here. So I think our time has run out. So we'll continue this in another video. Thank you very much.